Tak. Všechno by snad mělo běžet. Jo. Krása. Tak. Po posledním příběhovém questu a nakradení pár zvířátek se otevřelo strašně moc vedlejšáků. Takže bych se je vydal zredukovat. A začal bych tady v Hogwarts, protože to bývají většinou nějaký fetch questy. Doll of Herodiana. Charms class. Charms class. Kočky, kočky. Ještě něco cinká.
Can I help you?
I believe you can. I'm Sophronia, by the way, and I need help from someone who's at least a 5th year. Are you familiar with Herodiana Byrne? Don't answer that. Of course you're not. No one seems to know of her but me. She's only the single greatest depulso master of all time, even taught at Hogwarts, briefly.
Doesn't sound that impressive.
She was just good at casting a spell. No wonder I've never heard of her.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said the single greatest depulso master of all time. I often read about great witches in my limited free time. There are many. Whilst reading about her, I learned that she built a secret depulso training room here at Hogwarts. But in typical clever Herodiana fashion, one cannot access it unless one knows depulso, which of course, 3rd years aren't taught.
And you're a 3rd year, so...
Quick one, aren't you? According to what I've read, her signature outfit may still be there. I would love to see it. Would you get Herodiana's signature outfit and show it to me?
What did Herodiana Byrne do?
How did Herodiana Byrne become famous by casting depulso?
She once saved orphans from a wild Graffhorn by banishing it over Stonehenge. That's on Salisbury Plain. She once banished a meddlesome dark wizard all the way to Durmstrang while she was in the Alps. That one may have been exaggerated, but lots of the stories about her certainly aren't.
What happened to
What
her?
ended up happening to Herodiana Byrne?
In her later years, she taught at Hogwarts, but only for a short while, just long enough to build a secret hall, it appears. Then one day, she just disappeared. Some say she actually banished herself. No one knows for sure.
Byl si, že ten outfit bude na
If
jí
you tell me where
mrtvole.
to go, I'll see what I can do about it.
Simply go to the Hall of Herodiana. It's at the base of the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower. There, you'll find a series of depulso puzzles concealing pieces of Herodiana's ensemble.
Very well. I shall let you know if I find anything.
I can't
Okay.
wait to see Herodiana's famous ensemble. Perhaps I'll make myself.
O můj bože, co se děje s tím světlem?
Suppose I should look for that secret hall Sophronia told me about. It does sound interesting.
Halo? Kej to bolí. Halo, hro? Okay. Je, zdá se pro motion blur. Co se sakra děje s těma světlem? Tohle to je strašný. The fuck? S tím novým ovladačem grafické karty je to snad ještě horší. Na tohle jede palsou.
This must be the entrance to the Hall of Herodiana. Hall of Herodiana. Better go inside and find those puzzles. Revelio. Now to see if Herodiana Byrne is as good as Sophronia said she was.
Tohle to všechno má být depalso, jo.
I see. The switch reset everything. Good to know.
Takhle, to je... To je přepínač, dobrý vědět.
Revelio. That chest looks in. That wasn't too hard. I wonder what's next.
Čau BTS Hype. Yes, yes velmi, akorát teďka nevím, proběhl update ovladačů a úplně to dojebalo lighting a nevím proč. Tak, s čím si můžu hejbat? S tímhle. Funguje i... Au? Aha, takže oni když se na sebe nalepí, tak už se potom hejbou jako jedna věc. Dobrý vědět. Jo, aha. Oh wait. I get it, asi. Jseš kde? Jo, protože já když teďka aha, a když to udělám... Ne. Takhle Akio. Takhle Akio. Takhle Akio. Ne. Tak nemůžu to prostě udělat jakože velmi cheesy a... Prostě udělat jump. Jump. A jump. Aha, to jsem měl udělat celou dobu. Čekal jsem v tom nějakou větší složitost, třeba že to nebude přeskočit. Ne. Also. Jo, ale o 2 bloky už to nedám. Tady je reset pro mě. Okay, tak to číznem přes Akio. Kde falsou. Yes. Aha. No, jak to odhodit teď? Tak. Teď to nedepolznu vlastně. Ale když... Ano, sem. Když to přitáhnu, tak to popojede sem, jo. Už to asi chápu. Sem. Teď sem. To pošlu tam. Teď se mění na tom, že se nedostanu sem. Takže tohle to všechno potom budu muset nějakým způsobem udělat. Tohle budu muset nějakým způsobem udělat, až budu když budu postavený támhle na tom. Pochybuji, že to můžu odpálit sám se sebou. To je po 3, to je taky o 3, takže tady ve obou případech potřebuju tu kostku, abych se dokázal překotit na druhou stranu. Ne, takhle Akio. Když bych to udělal takhle Akio, pak se nějak... Ne, kurva. Potřebuji trefit z té strany. Ale zároveň zůstat tam na té kostce. Tudy to neprotáhnu. Já dostal nápad. Pojď sem, šup. Reset. Yes. Chytré. Vlastně ono to resetuje tu kostku, ale neresetuje to mě.
Seems I was a match for Herodiana Byrne after all. This must be the last piece of Herodiana's ensemble. It is remarkable. No wonder Sophronia wanted to see this.
Tak. Data Tower. OK, ta poslední byla actually velmi clever. Už je i správně lighting. A už to vypadá, že se i jakž takž vrátili světla do původní pozice. Ale to ranní světlo bylo velmi nehezké.
I've never had difficulties with bouncing bulbs. Simple lock back.
Sophronia, I solved all the puzzles in the Hall of Herodiana.
Incredible! Then you found Herodiana's outfit. May I see it?
No. No, you should have found it yourself.
You were right about how spectacular it is, which is why it's a pity you didn't find it yourself.
You double-crossing cur. I can't believe I told you about the Hall of Herodiana. Oh, I should have waited and done it myself. It would have only been 2 more years. You don't deserve to possess such an invaluable and historic outfit.
O čem je vlastně ta hra? Hele, hlavní příběh je, že jako páťák nastupuješ do Bradavic a vlastně na pozadí se kuje spiknutí těch skřetí vzpoura a ty seš, vzhledem k tomu, že je to Harry Potter hra, tak tvoje postava je special tím, že ovládá speciální typ magie, Ancient Magic, až bude nějaký kombat, tak uvidíš, co to je. Ovládá speciální typ magie a je to z nějaký... Kvůli nějakým důvodu seš strašně důležitá postava, ale vlastně ještě nevíš proč. Nebo já ještě nevím proč, protože jsem dělal všechny sidequesty a ještě moc jsem se nesoustředil na quest. To je ten s pavoukem, ten nechci. Ne, Hogwarts, ani World Map, Hogwarts. Tady totiž měl být ještě jeden quest. The Tale of Rowland Oaks.
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're
I'm
overthinking.
not convinced you need to worry. Perhaps your uncle's been delayed, and surely he can take care of himself.
That's exactly what Professor Weasley said when she forbade me from leaving the grounds to look for him. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right.
Cože co?
Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Proč bych měl být světej? Se tak vlní ta zem. What? To je tráva. Pravda, docela low res tráva, jak na to tak koukám, ale to prostě se hejbe tráva ve větru. Jinak ahoj deskont. Úplně všechno tam dělá No, protože se hejbe ta postavička, hejbe se tráva a ty lidi jako se hejbou. Pošle se stížnost na RPG zprávu, že nebo máš prostě problém s RPG.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I take it you and your uncle are close.
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5. Uncle Roland's looked after me for as long as I can remember. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. Oh, Uncle Roland, what have you got yourself into?
No, přesně musí se něco hejbat. Stačí, že jako ta animační library té hry není zas tak jako dobrá, jo. Takže beru všechno, co je. 5 metrů. To je kde? To je někde jo, to je v zapovězeném lese. Mám pocit, že její strýček bude, já nevím, nějaký pašerák nebo něco takového.
Let's get this over with, shall we?
To už je mimo zapovězený. A tamhle jsou modrý krystaly, kterých si chci nafarmit. Hele, kamarádi na hraní. Pojď sem. To byla ta Ancient Magic, to jsou prostě instakilly. Ancient Magic je instakill bar. Hele, nějaký zvířátka. Jaký? Nifleři, ale ty už mám. Ty jsou tak cute.
Could this be Mr. Oakes's campsite?
Yes, tak ta Ancient Magic je něco, co přidali speciálně do her, to ani ve filmu není. Plus oni toho v tom filmu s tou hůlkou moc neumějí, takže... Je strašně dementně. To nedej popravovat. Slow a loyalist's assassin. Kurva.
Find out what happened here.
Jo, ale jak píše Tess, úplný zneviditelnění je jenom neviditelný plášť. Tohle to taky není úplný zneviditelnění, protože tě můžou vidět, je vidět tvůj obrys. Ale myslím si, že by se u toho člověk neměl hejbat, aby to fungovalo. Protože to je... Aha, on je to psaný jenom jako disillusionment. Aha, to není psaný jako jméno kouzla.
Revelio. Mr. Oakes's trade journal.
Ranrock's slot agreed to meet, but I do feel a tad uneasy. They amended their requests and were angry when I asked questions. To si jistá, že ty jsme taky přidali na HCZ. Hele, vzhledem k tomu, že je to tady jako disillusionment charm, tak je to dost možný, že jsme to pojmenovali až na HCZ. I overheard some of their plans in gobbledygook? Jo, in gobbledygook, yes, oh shit, gobbledygook, yes, už vím. They're after my rare metal deposits that are suitable for drilling. I'm afraid of upsetting them further. They seem rather volatile, and I need this transaction to happen. Perhaps we can work out a compromise. Perhaps not. Roland Oakes.
Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him.
OK, tak tohle jsou velmi non-specific landmarky. Je hora. Tohle by mohla být řeka. Tohle je sever. Tady máme asi zbejt? Je tu v nějaký té ruině?
Revelio.
Tady se dá něco ukrást.
I should investigate.
Jojk. Tady by měla být další conjuring věc. Hele, něco. Ale on. Jo, takže to bude tady. Takže, jo, OK, tak to je dokonce velmi straightforward mapa. Tak po Bertův plánek původně vymysleli a teď si nejsem jistý, vymysleli James Červíček a Remus, ne?
A rock formation. That's the first landmark on this map. Now, to find the crooked tree.
Nebo už to i jejich skupina podědila, já už si nejsem jistý, Tesí, to budeš určitě vědět. Já vím, že, nebo takhle, byla dělaná kvůli Snapeovi. Nebo takhle, to zabezpečení bylo dělané kvůli Snapeovi.
Crooked tree, just as the map said. The crumbling tower shouldn't be far from here. Revelio.
Lyondale's not who says crime doesn't pay. I'm practically swimming in galleons. I never...
Dobrý, to šlo rychle.
Your poaching days are over.
Mně se líbí prostě, jak prostě do té doby, než se člověk naučí avadu, tak se bere, že ty lidi nezabíjí. Přitom používá věci jako je Diffindo, bombarda. Jo, já jsem právě nebyl jistý, jestli v češtině ta jejich skupina byly Pobertové, nebo jestli to byl někdo jiný.
Revelio. Revelio.
Však tu nic není. Tady někde mělo být X marks the spot. No. Sem.
Revelio.
Tady podnět? Už tam otravná žába.
Flipendo. Tego. Stupefy. Arresto momentum. Glacius. Finder. Fringo.
Ňam.
Revelio.
No ale tak co je? Kde je ten týpek? Jsem odbočil moc brzo? Ale ne, tak na té jeho mapě nikde to rozdělení té řeky vidět nebylo. Or Crooked Tree. Tady už potom podle mě zajdu už moc daleko. Tak jsem omylem zabil pár pašeráků, no. Teď jsem definitivně moc daleko.
And the crumbling tower. The
Ah,
spot
tak
on the map
nejs-
should be
what?
directly south of here.
Aha. OK. To mělo být až tady? Tak to je pěkně dementně nakreslená mapa.
What do we have here? Goodness, not a party to attend by myself.
It won't be long now before we find another repository.
Descender!
Human. You almost had a lucky shot. I won't rest until Thor.
Ňam.
I have a brother who works at Gringotts. Couldn't pay me enough to sit behind a desk.
I may have more luck higher up in the keep.
OK, tak to světlo je hodně fakt. O můj bože. Make it stop.
Confringo! Leviosa!
Was that your best?
This castle.
Just leave it.
Au.
Arresto momentum. Tego! Why, super!
Tak. Completing dueling feats.
Revelio. A ladder. That's what I need.
Vzhledem k tomu, že ty Disillusionment Charm nemá ani žádnou inkantaci, tak je to dost možný, že prostě je to non-existentní kouzlo, no. Mrtvej goblin.
Revelio. This is the spot on the map. I'd best have
Vázu po něm jebnout.
How nice and almost.
Au, špatnej. A zase špatnej ten. Hej, proč nezacílí na to? Ne, toho prostě. Au. Jak podlít? Tak pojď. Čekám tu na tě. A on je nahoře. Ze Snape'a si dělali prdel, no. Z mastných vlasů. Tady jsem taky byl.
What will we find in here?
Why don't you come up here?
A ještě se s ním otevřu dveře. O, tu se nedá projít, tak tudy se neotevřu, ale... Tady už jsem to jednou vykrádal. Pak jsem měl plný inventář, tak jsem to nedovykrat.
It looks as though Adelaide's instinct was
Dobře, krása. Teda nevím, jak jsem uvnitř budovy seslal blesk, ale... A tohle to je Leviousou, ne Leviosa. Ještě navíc. Au, co mě trefilo? Perun! Tyve, určitě existuje nějaký mod, kdy máš místo hůlky trojzubec.
a boiler door. How to open it? Revelio.
Protože ta klasická Leviosa, tu mám taky. Ale to je utility spell, to není bojový spell.
I wonder if Adelaide's...
Au. To bolelo, svině. A prostě to byl nejlepší talent, který jsem utratil, že můžu po těch goblinech házet zbraně, který jim vyrazím z ruky. Ještě teda jako ještě větší, ještě lepší by bylo, kdybych po kouzelnicích mohl házet jejich vyražený hůlky. Ale zase myslím, že by neměl takový jako damage efekt.
Revelio. Hello? Mr. Oakes?
Yes, I'm here. They've taken my wand. This cell has an enchanted lock. I have experience with these locks, but I need my wand if I have any chance of opening it. Look for a boiler door. I've heard them speak of it.
I need to find Mr. Oakes's wand. Where could it be?
Za těma obrovskýma dveřma, který nejdou otevřít. That sounds like a place for a hůlka for me.
Incendio!
Jej, ale kam sakra vedou? To mám jako rozbít, nebo co s tím mám dělat? Vede do zdi. Tamhle nahoře to vypadá, že něco je. Ale nemůžu přeskočit přes trubku z nějakého důvodu, tak to musím obejít. To vypadá, že... To prostě trefí takhle z dálky? Ne. Nedoletí to, nemám range.
Incendio!
Joink. Joink. Tak to nebylo zas tak těžký.
One way or another.
Come at me, bitch.
I won't rest.
Au.
I won't rest. One less human to worry about.
Yes, my favorite execution. Au. Blesk. Au. Jsem nechtěl. Kurva, ještě jednou po mě něco hodíš. O můj bože, on mu to vyrazí v obě ty díky a po něm může v obě hodit. Yes, to je geniální. Je tu něco na ukradení. Joink. 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 Moje.
Perhaps now he can set himself free.
A tady se dá vyskákat nahoru. Moje a moje. Small gaming table. To je cute. Moje. Tak tenhle dungeon jsem prošel omylem už předtím. Já nevěděl, že bude příběhovej.
me my wand. I can't get out of this damn cell without it. It's my last hope. Please. Oh, my wand. Oh, thank Merlin. Thank you.
Děkuji Merlinovi, poděkuji mě. Tak moc chtěl ven, až prošel dveřma.
You did it! I found my wand and... Wait, you're a student? Oh, we must get you to safety immediately. It's dangerous.
It's all right, Mr. Oakes. I've dealt with these goblins before.
Dear Merlin, you're either very lucky or very talented. Well, how did you find me?
I'm a friend of Adelaide's. She was worried about your business with Ranrock's loyalists.
Oh, she was right to be. I couldn't go through with the agreement, and when I told them, I ended up blindfolded and behind bars. Been locked in that infernal cell for so long, they'd forgot I was even there. I overheard things. If only I could reward you for what you've done. Blasted goblin stole every knut on me. All I can say is thank you. Truly.
Kdybys dělal pořádně Merlinovy zkoušky. Merlinovy zkoušky mi jenom zvětšují inventář. What did you overheard?
mentioned you overheard things.
Sad tale, really. I think I know where Ranrock's unfortunate vendetta against wizardkind began. Although dragon breeding was outlawed by the Warlocks Convention of 1709, Ranrock stumbled upon an illegal dragon camp. He was young, found the creatures fascinating. He'd visit the camp in secret whenever he could, never making his presence known. After weeks of sly surveillance, he finally summoned the courage to speak to the wizard in charge. Ranrock wanted to join them, and the creatures. The wizard happened to drop his wand. Ranrock saw an opportunity. He picked it up, went to hand it back as a means of introducing himself. The sight of a goblin with a wand sent the wizard into an instant rage. He beat Ranrock nearly to death. Ever since, Ranrock has despised wizardkind, sees us all as cruel.
Okay. Do you speak gobbledygook?
Am I right that you speak gobbledygook?
Unbeknownst to Ranrock's fiends, I do. I've always had an affinity for goblin culture. Knew I wanted to be a metal trader ever since I was a lad. It wasn't easy learning the language. It's complex, and my memory's as weak as my knees these days. But after decades working with fine goblin folk, I grew fairly proficient. At least, I'd like to think so.
I'm grateful I was able to help you, Mr. Oakes. Adelaide thinks the world of you.
Oh, and I her. She's become quite savvy to my trading habits, always analyzing my detailed owls. If only I hadn't resorted to trading with such fiends. A lesson I shan't soon forget. Having my wand back is like being reunited with an old friend. I must return home and inform Adelaide of my safety. Will you be all right?
I'll be fine, Mr. Oakes. You get back to Adelaide. I assure you her worries outweigh yours.
Oh, I'm anxious to see my dear niece. And then I plan to travel far from here for my next round of trading. Thank you. May life reward you justly for your deeds. Be well, my friend.
Not life. Give me your deeds. Já chci procenta z firmy.
Ranrock's lot would never have freed him.
Tady jsem neměl nikomu možnost říct, že si nic nezaslouží, že bych jim nejradši zabil snad i příslušníky rodiny. Tady jsem musel být hodnej. Trapný. Jo, tady tudy se leze ven. Tak, co mám ještě v Hogwarts za questy? Jo, to je jenom ta dementní minihra, která mi nejde. Točíme za Sirounou, protože tam mi dá Conjuring Spell. Byl ať to něco na zvířátka. Já nevím, jestli jsi tu byla minule, to je skvělé, já už mám zvířátka, už Už jsem vyhubil přirozenou populaci jednorožců v zapovězeném lese. Ulovil jsem toho jednoho, co tam běhal. Mám kluběnky. Spoustu, už je prodávám. Myslím si, že mám ještě nějaký kluběnky v inventáři. Možná i. Ne, tak kluběnky z inventáře jsem prodal. Mám tu maguáry. Mám tu niflery. Chytil jsem si i hypogryfy. Dobře, možná kdyby je lovili ty poachers, tak jsou na tom chudáci líp, protože já je lovil Glacius spelem. Giant Purple Toads. Super, nevím, co je v češtině, to zase tolik si to nepamatuju. Ale mám kluběnky, Mooncalf a ještě nějakýho dalšího ptáka. Enemies.
Glad you came.
Hello, Serena. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
We're actually working together.
I did, thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ranrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. And I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something.
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I've actually met Mrs. Sprottle. I recently spoke with her about her friend, Claire Beaumont.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle have a Wiggleweld supply?
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did you leave your box of letters with the Sprottles?
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I could try and stop by.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Tady se ještě dal pick-upnout ten další quest, tak když jdu kolem.
You did.
We've not took a thing.
Hand them back.
There's nothing to give, sir. It was only the one. That's all of them, sir. Honestly, I swear.
How many times are you pair going to keep pilfering my shop?
I swear it was just those ones,
We
sir.
promise,
Sir, we'd never take more than those.
I tell you this, they'll not appreciate your antics in Azkaban. You just wait till I see your mother.
A bit harsh.
was a bit harsh.
Aha! Charm grinder.
Ackley Barnes.
Sir, is everything all right?
How kind of you to ask. The name's Ackley Barnes. And no, it is not. I'm plotting a sort of revenge against my ex-business partner, a conniving fiend by the name of Alfred Lawley. He cut me out of our herbology supply business, just as we were getting started. Said I was too volatile to work with. I'll show him volatile.
I can see why.
That must have been frustrating for you.
Yes, it was. Terribly. I'm simply passionate about my work. Supercilious fool. He's passionate about things too, as I intend to remind him by relieving him of his prized possession. A venomous tentacula he's grown from a seedling that was to be the keystone of our business venture. I can't get anywhere near it with Ruth Singer watching me like an augury. Lawley's doing, no doubt. But no one would suspect a student. How would you feel about committing some grand plant larceny?
Grand plant larceny.
You said Mr. Lawley was your ex-business partner. What were you working on?
I had an idea to train venomous tentacula, create guard plants, if you will, that attacked when ordered. We hit a snag when one ate Lawley's Kneasel. After that, he cut me out of the business, the short-sighted fiend.
Why do you need Mr. Lawley's venomous tentacula in particular?
Simple. If I have it, then Lawley doesn't. Ergo, I can launch my business, and he must start all over again. I'm killing 2 snidgets with 1 stone.
What else is in Mr. Lawley's cellar?
All of Lawley's herbology supplies. He has quite the collection. Fill your pockets while you're there. Or to slow him down for a bit, and I can get my business going minus any competition.
I'll get the venomous tentacula for you.
Marvelous. I know a fellow seeker of justice when I see one. Take as many herbology supplies as you like while you're in his cellar. All I ask is that you bring me the venomous tentacula.
Yes, them crossed.
Remember, I just need that venomous tentacula.
This must... Seems I need to find Mr. Lawley's cellar.
Zrada, Firefox mi přestal načítat Roll20. Tak mu řekni, že je hajzl.
This must be the cellar. Now, to find that venomous tentacula. Better not let Mr. Lawley see me.
What could be stirring in the cellar?
Proč ho nemůžu petrifikovat? Zrada.
Must have been the spiders.
Must have been the wind. Moje?
Where is that venomous tentacula? Hello, Amora.
To je na nic, když ho nemůžu spetrifikovat. Trapný. Tamhle bude ta tentakula. Proč tu má pavouky? Chinese chomping cabbages, aha. Mám plno. Kradu tohle. Věci.
Now that I have the venomous tentacular, I should return to
Takový
Mr. Barnes.
joink.
Incendio.
Motýle, ty už jsem dlouho neviděl motýle.
Revelio.
Aha, tam jsou ještě peníze. A joink. Tam. Ne?
Any luck retrieving a certain friend of mine from a former friend of mine?
Hello, Mr. Barnes. I have that venomous tentacular.
Wish I could see Lawley's face when he realizes his prized possession is gone. We'll see who's volatile now. Well done. I'll take it off your hands now.
I'd like to be paid.
It wasn't as easy to come by as I had expected. I'd like to be paid for my troubles.
Only fair, I suppose. I can respect your business acumen. Here's a little something for your next trip to Zonko's.
Kolik mi dal?
Thank you again for your help. I suspect you have a bright future.
Yes, bright future of crime. Spend in.
Ah, Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Přece u ní doma.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk lumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk lumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
What was in the box of letters?
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Proto je důležité nenechávat po sobě žádné důkazy vašeho předešlého já.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
To není help, já si za to nechám zaplatit, přece to nebudu dělat zadarmo.
How many witches and wizards?
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
Každý si může říkat, co chce, ale ty lidi jsou mrtví.
But I still need to visit the cave to find Sirona's box of letters. Perhaps I'll find more hawk clumps while... Better have a look around. See about the hawk clumps and the box of letters. Incendio! Ah, that's all the hawk clumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
Velmi eagerly jumpovala. Tak, co tu máme? Au, 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 au. Ne. Lumos. Z toho vůbec nevšim. Ďáblovo osidlo. To umí, no. Hej, ty vole, co udělali v tom posledním updateu, to je... Eager šipka, jak kde byl. Tam vypadá, že budu do něj moc něčeho střílet, to vypadá na trola. Me want very much. Spills. Slunce nemám, mám jenom oheň. Joink. Joink. Ta obrovská klec, co byla dole, tak si myslíš, že byla na krysy? Na hodně krys. Hele, troll. Tak pojď. Blesk. Blesk. A ještě jednou. Blesk. Tak ten má jenom 2 útoky. Zapomínám, že ten druhý můžu vykrejt. Au. Moc brzo. Hele, trolí jsou suchý z nosu. Mňam, mňam, mňam. Bereme z tentakula? Ne, to z Ditany. Troll ve sklepení.
Lumos.
Tak to budu mít zase spoustu přísad, budu moc vařit elixíry, který nepoužívám. Ale líbí se mi, že našli využití pro ten lumos, když ho prostě v té hře je v 90% času prostě vidět. Takže našli aspoň využití pro ten lumos. A teďka šipku naskočí, to si děláš prdel. Taková krásná příležitost na šipku. Plesk, 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 plesk. Jumping cabbages. Neznámé vody ne. Králí zajíček! Můj bože, ten je cute. Teď tam už někdy byla. Veverka! Další veverka! Veverka. Dear Serona, when I arrived here, I had troubling sense that in many ways... Předpokládám, že ji nebudu moc sníst. In many ways, I wasn't like the other first years. I confess, I worried that Hogwarts might not have been the proper place for me and pondered sending an owl to my parents, asking them to fetch me almost before the first week of classes had ended. How did you know? I presume you're not secretly a legilimens? But I wonder that you seem to know my thoughts better than I did myself. That day in the Three Broomsticks, when you spotted me, huddled in a corner, staring blankly at an untouched butterbeer and an empty bit of parchment, my quill dripping ink woefully onto the floor, and you came to sit with me. Well, I shall never forget it. I recall a sudden sense of relief, as if someone had cast a levitation charm on me, when you told me about how nervous you've been to come to Hogwarts. I look at you and it seemed beyond my imagination to think of you as anything but a confidant, confident, ne confidant. Tak předpokládám, že se z ní potom stal confidant. In the days that followed, I marveled at how you charmed, in the non-magical sense, I mean, everyone around you without apology, embracing who you were and who they were. It was as thought a candle had flickered on for me. I realized that I could choose the path as well. That path as well. Now that my school years are ending, the frightened first year which I had been seems worlds away. And I know it's because you saw yourself in that despairing creature in the corner of the pub and so generously extended yourself to her. Yours sincerely, Mirabelle. P.S. Please tell Mrs. Sprottle that I still plan on visiting her and Mr. Sprottle when I can for the delightful conversation, and I, unashamed to admit, her incomparable cauldron cakes.
Revelio.
Dear Sirona, I've sent a note separately to dear Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle for their hospitality, but felt the need to put quill to parchment with my thanks to you as well. With a lovely respite from the castle, I won't soon forget how we giggled about that ridiculous gnome. Did he truly believe that he was singing? And Mrs. Sprottle's steak and kidney pie was simply glorious. I shall be dreaming of it for days. Kidney pie, to by se mělo zapsat na hoc jídelníček, aby měli zase vegani za co lobovat, co odstranit. And so appreciate you including I so appreciate you including me. Všichni budou brečet, já vím, přesně proto to tam musíme dát, prostě kidney pie. I fear I must warn you, however, that this does not mean I will go easy on you in the next week's match. You know that Ravenclaw is no match at all for Slytherin this year. Most gratefully yours, Philomena. Philomena! Zcela očividně to je skutečný jídlo kidney pie.
This must be Sirona's box of letters.
To bylo v tom dopise. Steak and kidney pie. Dear Mrs. Sprottle, Mother and Father were delighted to hear that you and I had spent the afternoon at Gladrax last Saturday. Truth to be told, I think my mother was ever so slightly envious. I shan't soon forget how heartily we laughed at my efforts to lace the bodies of my new dress. A challenge indeed, as is the rather delicate practice of properly situating a head pin without wounding either my head or my head. But I adore everything that we selected, and I have you to thank for it. Then I have you to thank for now feeling like a marvelously fashionable witch. Jo, jen si to nalhávejte si, jen si to nalhávej. It was also a treat to dine at the Three Broomsticks without having to clear the tables. I shall own a place like that one day. Mark my words. I consider myself more than lucky that you and Mr. Sprottle agreed to let me stay. I know that my parents feel precisely the same way. Yours gratefully, Sirona. Dear Sirona, happy birthday, my darling friend. I sneaked into the kitchen and asked Fenki to make your favorite, cream crowdy. She was delighted to oblige. Not sure where she got raspberries at this time of year. Genius, that Fenki. Bess.
I should take this box of letters to Sirona. She'll be glad to have it back.
Dear Sirona, I conjure this wee gift for you as a token of my gratitude. If you hadn't stood your grounds on my behalf during Quidditch practice last week, I might have left the team altogether. And now we have won the Quidditch Cup. Ravenclaw house would not be the same without you. Yours sincerely, Sean.
I think that's everything. Sirona will be glad to have this back.
Aha, tak to mají ošetřený.
Predictable.
Can't enter while mounted. Tam naportuju, dobře. Protože nechci přistávat.
None too pleased. Seems he's been burgled.
O můj bože, zas to světlo.
Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some Horklumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you.
Ježiši Kriste.
You were the one to ask.
May I ask you about the letters in the box?
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
Were you on the Quidditch team?
One of the letters mentioned Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forget.
Ježiš, jak můžete prohrávat o 140 bodů?
I missed cheering for Ravenclaw. We could have cheered them on together.
Miss Mirabel, Professor Garlick.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabel. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabel,
Vypadá, kdyby tam bouchla atomovka, ty vole.
Blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
Já nevím, teďka vyšel update a update na grafický drivery a od té doby prostě tohle.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aiden. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends.
No, tam vedle nich bouchla atomovka, ona jenom čeká, až skončí cutscéna, aby mohla pokračovat.
Through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
Protože se posral lighting teďka.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aiden. Thank you, again, for helping her. And for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Jsem dostal gag shelf. Aha, myslím, že dostanu něco užitečného. Ale prostě tam za těma dveřma bouchla atomovka. Aha, to byla tamhle ta lucerna. U Ollivandera. No, jaký je pocit, že to je všechno, že můžeme na hlavní quest? The Shadow of the Estate. Tak teďka budu fast travelovat, takže se znova budou načítat lightings and shadows. Tak snad se tentokrát načtu dobře, nebo ještě líp bude noc.
Wonder if I'm safe to explore in there.
Já nemám nějaký lepší item, či už jsme u toho? Ne. Dobře, tak je můžu prodat. Ne. A opět ne. Dobrá. Tamhle je obchodník. Tak mu prodáme zase všechen junk. Tu se mnou.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. How
Už
can I
ten
help you?
popin, kurva, co se děje? Co ten s tím ten update udělal?
What do you have for sale?
What are we in the market for today?
Takže tady není prostě sell all.
Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
Tady byl celou dobu.
You made it.
Azdar.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle.
Neboj se toho
My
týpka,
Uncle
který
Solomon
tady
is
tam
a
byl, už jsem
former
zabil.
Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's.
Tak já předpokládám, že ta postava vzhledem k tomu, že nastoupila až v páťáku, tak prostě do té doby byla mudla. Tak jdi.
Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
Ne, zase světlo. O můj bože, to je strašný.
Aha! Sebastian, where did you...
Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy. Hey. Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian.
I don't
Not the
know.
visit he'd hoped for.
Prosím, teď ať se načtu světýlka líp.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
To je v pohodě, to se dospívajícím holkám stává. Já taky ne, je to sestra tam toho týpka.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude. You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about. I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in defense against the dark arts. Oh, dear Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother, and me, in line. I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft, really, if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was. Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Aura, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was. Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
By bylo vtipný, kdyby to prostě bylo jenom slepý střevo.
I'm afraid it's really up to Sebastian, and his mind seems to be made up. I can only hope he realizes the futility of his search for a cure soon. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
Prostě kletba, která dává lidem slepák. Dear Anne, Hogwarts isn't the same without you. Well, Sharp is still as foul, but you know what I mean. I hope you're feeling better, Sebastian. Jopko. Letter from Anne to Sebastian. Sebastian, this is my potion kit, not yours. Leave my things be.
Revelio.
Aha. Yoink.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Nazdar, Salmone.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
Surely there's something.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the loyalists' way.
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
Ne, nebudem se
I'll
zastávat.
admit I wasn't expecting him to be so angry.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened.
Yes, jdem něco zabít.
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated.
Já vím, proto už je decimuju po desítkách.
All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something.
Šup, šup.
Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
Plus, že já budu healovat skrz Ancient Magic.
How much longer are we expected to dig through this rubble? Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. Not quiet enough.
Au. Blesk.
Could do with a nice. But this is sad. Really, it is.
Blesk.
What an unfortunate life.
Au. Já jsem vážně trefil. Tak, tebe potřebuji. Můžeš uhnout spoza toho rohu. Blesk s tebou vozem.
You've made your last mistake.
Loyalist komanda. Au, ty jsi rychlej. Zase krásný kamera angle. Nazdar, Batmane! Au. Nechal zbytečně trefit. Au, zase se nevšim. Proč ho to netrefilo? Ještě, že mám tolik Wigan Weldu.
Not quite.
Blesk, blesk.
Put me down.
Asasíni jsou otravný.
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for. I tried to warn you.
Dobrý, tady se valí takových Wiggenweldů, že prakticky z toho mám net pozitiv. Jak to jde, Batmane? Povídat si.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone would be hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
Still kill for no reason.
It sounds as if the loyalists attacked Anne without cause.
I wouldn't put it past them, but I'm convinced that they were trying to hide something.
Yes, rasová válka.
But I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything. I've heard goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more.
They are dwarves and they are digging holes.
Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists.
Peníze.
Revelio.
Další peníze. Joink. Joink. A boiler.
Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumor was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard. It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
Revelio.
Jo, to je z toho, z té vzpomínky. Tady bydlela ta holčina, který zachránili rodinu a ona potom uměla taky tuhle special magic.
This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. The house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second. Revelio.
No, I won't.
Sebastian, over here. Do you think this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Loví je ta mrtvá profesorka.
This house did belong to a Hogwarts professor hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It all has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. you have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts, where you ended up via a port key. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Revelio. Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Way ahead of
Why
you.
bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something bigger.
Lumos. Incendio! Incendio!
Theodora Morgana, Journey Entry 1 of 7. It is my second week in the camp. More arrive each day. The Muggle doctors and even some of our own healers are doing all they can for them. The grief is palpable. The one who have survived the plague are forever damaged by their loss. A few may pass, the skin may mend and scar, but the devastating sorrow remains. I saw a man, much like my father, who had lost a child. I couldn't bear it. I longed to give him... Oh my god, další atomovka. I longed to give him some shred of relief. I'm beginning to think that the others are wrong. I have the power to help these souls. It seems as arbitrary not to help them as it would be to rid them of their torment.
Journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
Oh můj bože.
Revelio.
I traveled here to learn, but I long to help. My internal struggle is overwhelming. It is as thought the magic wants to heal, and I am the one preventing it from doing so. Should I lose hope? Will I forever regret not having done more? I cannot look into their eyes, knowing that I could lessen the burden of a heartache. I saw the man leaving camp today, the one who so reminded me of my father. Surely it wouldn't hurt to help him. I could further my research, of course, but that would be fortuitous consequence of doing something good with this ability.
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels. Revelio. You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
Lumos. I know it sounds strange,
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough.
Ah.
I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I have a rare ability to see whispers of ancient magic.
I don't know what I was expecting you to say, but it wasn't that. I knew you weren't telling me everything. Ancient magic. What does that even mean?
I'm not entirely sure, but the Keepers have said that it's a powerful magic that should only be wielded by a select few.
And you can wield it?
I don't know, but Fig and I think that
Už jsem s tím
Ranrock
zabil
has
dost
somehow
lidí
found
na
a
to,
way
abych
to
řekl, že
harness
jo.
that magic's power.
Are you telling me that goblins may be wielding some sort of wizard magic?
That's what we're trying to find out. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be flawed.
We can, but Perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come. I'm tempted to hold my breath.
Lumos.
Ten Lumos to trochu... Ne, to spravuje to, že to světlo vychází tamhle odsaď od někde. Prostě zapadá slunce a glitchuje se to světlo skrz textury. Bože, opravdu jednu věc, že ta hra nežere tolik všeho, ale rozbijou ji úplně na jiných místech.
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look.
Trace of ancient magic. Hraje jako já.
Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
Rune diagram. To všechno ancient magic znaky.
Anything helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not. Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No
idea.
idea.
Tak
Ominous
já
just
už vím,
learned
kde
it.
to bude v té
I'll let you know
koupelně.
what I find out. I had no idea our visit to see Anne would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
Revelio.
It is ancient, but maybe too ancient. Go to Dada Tower.
Meet me near the ruins of Falbaton Castle. After dark. Do not tell anyone.
High key. Mít na ty, jasně. Astronomy class. Attend astronomy class. Okay. Wake West Foxmeadu. Take the biscuit. Let's go take some biscuits. Plus, can I steal the biscuit? Po hodině astronomie předpokládám, že bude možnost se dostat na to. Na ty astronomy tables.
I shall sort something out.
Hello, is something the matter?
Most decidedly, yes. My precious mooncalf biscuit was abducted by poachers up north. Oh, the vicious brutes. I tried to fight back, but I was no match for them.
I'm sorry about your mooncalf, Mr.
Garnuff. Just Garnuff. I'm only one goblin. Not a particularly brave one at that. I have no chance against a pack of bloodthirsty poachers. Oh, my poor Biscuit. I can only hope she's able to escape.
Why do you suppose the poachers took Biscuit?
I have no idea. Mooncalf dung's highly valuable for fertilizing magical plants. But I cannot imagine poachers care much about gardening. Who knows what they'll do to her? She could be flogged, skinned, gutted and stuffed. I assume. Oh, Biscuit.
Oh.
A mooncalf is an unusual pet. Why did you choose Biscuit?
She followed me one evening, wouldn't leave my side. Never thought I was one for a pet of any kind. But now I can't imagine life without her. Mooncalves are often thought of as silly, simple-minded creatures. But I've seen great depth of character in Biscuit. I wouldn't trade her for a hippogriff or a hippopotamus, or even a goose that lays golden eggs.
I'll keep an eye out for your mooncalf, Garneth.
How kind. If only all of Wizardkind was as gracious to goblins. If you do see her and can bring her safely home to me, I promise to reward you for your efforts. Do keep an eye out for her, and be careful out there. Poachers are an unscrupulous lot.
I should try and rest.
Let's go kill some poachers.
Poachers! Garneth was right then. I'd better be careful.
Poacher stalker.
Beast don't mind dying to make me a few sickles.
Tell us.
I've heard centaurs quieter than you. Show yourself.
What the fuck?
It's shameful what you've done to helpless beasts.
Aww.
Alohomora. Now then, which one of you is Biscuit?
Ta nejmenší. Oh, to je rozkošná.
Now, I'm only trying to lace you.
Yoink.
All right, Biscuit. Let's get you back to Garneth, shall we?
Magic focus. Elfy nepotřebuji, těch mám dost. Nebo takhle mám samce a samičku, takže jich mám tak akorát.
Biscuit?
To nevidí oko mé modravé, 500 galeonů. To už jsem ukradl.
Garneth, I've rescued Biscuit.
You have? Oh, is she hurt? Was she frightened? Are you all right?
Biscuit is fine, as am I. I was able to rescue her without much incident.
Oh, mercy. Where poachers are concerned, I tend to expect the worst. I cannot wait to get her home. I so miss seeing her dance in the evenings. Such joy.
She's safer with me. No, I don't want it.
You can have her back, for the right price.
Of course. I would pay any amount for the safety of my dear Biscuit. Oh, my sweet little Biscuit. My wise, noble moon calf. And here is your reward, of course. Well deserved. As I said before, you have restored my faith in wizard kind. You've restored at least a modicum of my faith in wizard kind. Biscuit and I can't thank you enough.
Tak ale onu to ujde. Tak. Máme dál. Tady mám. The Shadow of the Bloodline. Nějaký special quest.
Anything to do with the dark art should be avoided. It's too risky.
Anything to do with Salazar Slytherin is worth the risk.
I can't agree. And I'll not say a word more. I'm sorry.
I won't give up.
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
I'm curious about
the
dark
arts
arts.
do pique my interest.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
You can tell
I'd
me.
like to know more about it, if you wouldn't mind telling me. I won't repeat it.
Very well. But do keep this between us. Ominous learned dark magic from his parents. Are you familiar with the Cruciatus curse?
Yeah.
Crucio, correct? The Cruciatus curse, also known as the torture curse, inflicts excruciating pain on the victim.
Apparently, his parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting it on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, so the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that he did what he had to, but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
Yeah, check. He should have known better.
That's awful. But no matter the circumstance, he should never
Ježiš, to jsem
have
nechtěl
cast it.
říct.
He should have known better.
Trust me, It's not as easy as you might assume, thinking straight when you've been hit with Crucio. After that incident, the rift between Ominous and his family only grew. That is until I came along. Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Feldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough. I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind.
No tak, já myslím, že mi to naučí. Kapný. Kapný. Jo, Tessie, happy MDŽ.
When Peevesy wants to have some fun.
Tady je jenom hra.
And your reading is The Dragon. That's exciting, I suppose. Perhaps you're due for an adventure.
Ladies.
Professor Shah.
Astronomy is not divination. You won't find the mysteries of the cosmos charted out on your palms or at the bottom of your teacups. Alas, the heavens remain hazy to the starry-eyed. Now, if you were to devote yourselves to persistent and painstaking observation, you just might catch a glimpse. With that in mind, please take your telescopes. Tonight we will be on the observation deck.
Textury, to je strašný, kurva, co se děje.
Still don't have your own? You can't be the new student forever, you know. You can share with Mr. Takar.
Here, I can adjust that for you.
No, bring it into focus on your own. Now, I expect all of you to put in your stargazing hours outside of class. Is that clear?
But, Professor, it's freezing out.
Mere cold didn't stop the great stargazers of the past. Look only to the astronomy tables they erected throughout the Highlands from which they gazed millennia ago on the very self-same stars above us. Is that clear? Dismissed.
Oh, hello. Good to see you again. We Ravenclaws must stick together.
Oh, hello,
Ta grafika tak strašně rozpadá.
Did I hear Professor Shaw say that you don't have your own telescope? I have a spare one you could borrow for the rest of term.
That's very kind of you, Emmett. Are you sure you won't need it?
I'm certain. It's my old one. I finally got my hands on the new Celestia Contemplar. You've heard of it, I assume? I mean, of course you have. It's only the pinnacle of all personal stargazing implements. But my old model's not too shabby either. Goblin-cut glass, first-rate optical enchantments. Hate to think such a fine instrument is just collecting dust.
Well, thank you, Emmett.
Think nothing of it. Anyway, the
fuck?
telescope's in the storage room right underneath us. You can't miss it. I have some, reading to finish on the lower deck. Come find me there afterwards, and bring the telescope. There's something I want to talk to you about.
tried to put off my stargazing as long as I could. Oh, good that did. How am I supposed to find Sirius when my hands are too cold to use a telescope? It's a dog, isn't it?
What?
This was his old telescope.
Oh, Sirius, it's a dog. Oh.
A pristine night for stargazing. Do not let it be wasted.
The perfect night.
Summer!
Oh, hello again.
I have the telescope. It's nicer than I had expected.
I would not offer a prospective stargazer a third-rate lunoscope. But there is, something else.
Yes? What is it?
You remember those astronomy tables Shaw was going on about? It just so happens I've been reading up on them a little myself. And it seems there may be one right here at Hogwarts. I believe we could use it to find hidden constellations.
So the telescope.
Ah, I had a feeling there would be a catch to that telescope.
No. I certainly wasn't trying to bribe you or anything. But are you in? No one from the Gobstones Club will go with me. Said they'd rather get spit at by a stone than... Well, they are cowards. Let us get moving while the stars are still out. I'll show you how to use that telescope once we get there. I promise.
I suppose I
All
could
right. I suppose I can go with you. I hope it's worth it.
It will be. Trust me, I have read practically everything there is to read about this. It should be brilliant. Shall we?
Dobrý port na mě to, protože já jsem věděl, že ten... Hele, zatím to vypadá, že se nerozpadá grafika.
The table is on a castle wall ahead. Look for a stone platform, something that doesn't quite belong. We'll know it when we see it. Onwards we go. Some say the locations of the tables were originally marked by centaurs for ritual stargazing.
Centaur.
Revelio.
It's nice having a fellow stargazer to explore with.
Happy to be here. It is good to leave the classroom now and then.
No-fly zone. Trapný.
Here I am, charging ahead. It's not that creepy out here at night, is it?
If you're sure. Revelio. A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about.
Oh, of course.
Caged bathtub. This bathtub has been kept behind lock and keys for as long as anyone can remember. Rumor has it that the tub was enchanted to chase after students decades ago who were too obsessed with their studies to care much for their personal hygiene. Test. To může být ta vana, kterou budete mít na pokoji vy.
Revelio.
Ale tak tahle má příběh prostě běhala za lidma, co se nemili prostě. Tak teď ji můžete mít vy v pokoji.
Revelio. Incendio.
More cobwebs. You don't think any spiders might be lurking about?
Oh, no. Not this close to the school, Emmett.
Look, there's a table.
Revelio.
I think you should do the honors. Go on, try it out. The constellation should appear near the center of your view.
Ah!
As soon as you've lined up the telescope, we will be able to fill out our star chart.
A?
Stargazing is all about patience and precision.
But I have neither. Aha. Now it makes sense.
I was right about the tables. They really are gateways to the far stars, just as the book said. And your contribution was invaluable. Rest assured, you shall be credited in my memoirs one day.
Ha, if you say so.
Whatever you say, Emmett. Whatever you say.
Oh, you wait. You are going to be quoted saying just that. This is only the beginning. You will find more tables like this one throughout the grounds and forest, all beckoning to be discovered by a worthy astronomer. And if I have ever seen one, it's you. Oh, and about my old telescope, don't bother returning it. You should keep it.
That's quite generous. Thank you.
You are welcome. It has goblin-cut glass and a gobbledygook inscription. I'm practically fluent in gobbledygook, you know. It's all in the throat, really, gobbledygook, you know, and how you pronounce your R's. Anyway, glad our adventure was a success. I will see you soon.
Teďka můžu sbírat ty, jo. Tam to, ale tady někde v pleníku. Že to bylo, že tam byl ten astronomy table. Bo mě zajímá, co se z toho dá dostat.
Revelio.
Tamhle.
It's one of those tables Professor Shah mentioned.
Tak tohle bylo mnohem snazší teda. Toto nic není? Aha. Ok, tak to je trapný. Tak v tom případě na hlavní quest, teda, zdá se. High keep. Tak high keep. World mapu potřebuji. Tam je ten formidable foe. Proč tam nemůžeme jít v noci?
Psst, over here. Quietly.
Tak dobrý, nemusíme. Hehehe, výborně.
I'm glad that you received my owl. We need to stay low and remain quiet.
Natty, what's going on? Why are we all the way out here?
As promised, I did some investigating to find out what Harlow is up to. I followed him to the Hog's Head. I noticed him reading a letter. All I could see was that it was signed by and bore the seal of Victor Rookwood. And one other thing. Harlow mentioned you to his colleagues. They did not mistake you for someone else, did they?
No, they didn't. Rookwood and Harlow are after me.
Why did you lie to me? And what do they want with a Hogwarts student?
Professor Fig told me to keep things quiet, but I know I can trust you, Natty. Rookwood and Harlow want something Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before I came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
Is that the magic you used fighting the trolls in Hogsmeade?
I think so. I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to take in.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it's safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us, and we can help to take them down for good. That letter is the tangible proof that Officer Singer needs. It is why I followed Harlow here and why I wrote to you. I need your help to retrieve it.
Can't we just bypass Officer Singer and go directly to the Ministry?
Do you think they will listen to a student? Only Officer Singer can start an investigation. The Ministry will come in later.
You seem to be very determined in stopping Rookwood and Harlow. Why?
I knew men like him in Uganda. I know how bad things can get if they are not stopped. It's a long story, one I promise to share when we have more time. For now, let's do what we came to do.
Well then, let's
I'll
go.
help you find the letter, Natty.
I'm glad to hear it. First, we must access the castle keep. I'll check the main gate, see if you can find another way in. I do not see any guards, but we should still try to be as quiet as possible. Harlow is here after all.
What? Ale já jich chtěl všechny zabít. Já se nechci sníkovat. Trapný. Tam se celou dobu dalo dostat.
I wonder what that does. That did it.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Skoro mám.
Leviosa.
Mám pocit, že to jsem trochu číznul, že jsem měl asi dělat ještě něco trochu jinýho, ale fuck it.
I need to find a way into the gatehouse to open the gate for Natty.
Proč? Ona neumí kouzlit, nebo co? Já nemůžu kouzlit, když jsem skrčenej, or... What?
Dead end. Must be another way in.
No sneaky spells. Nepotřebuju. I'm the sneakiness myself. I'm the sneakiest thing alive.
That looks as if it might raise the gate.
Well done. I will be right up. I knew you could do it. This way. I will get the door.
Tak to jsi hodná teda.
That is the main keep. My guess is that we'll find Harlow and the letter inside. We'll need to be careful once we get...
I hear them.
What the fuck?
Yeah, restrain the beast.
Hippogriff! Klofan!
Highwing.
Do you know that hippogriff?
Get this thing back to now.
Neboj se, mám další 2 hippogryfy v kapse.
Very well. New plan. I get the evidence and you free that hippogriff. Agreed? This is our chance. Go!
Blasted. There's got to be another way to get up to the roof. Somewhere.
Somewhere.
I hope Natty stays out of trouble.
But she's a Uganda warrior.
Revelio.
She can do this.
Not the safest place to sneak into.
This had better not be a trick.
Jsi neviděl? Kam nic si neviděl? To je takzvaný ruský stealth. Nikdo nemůže říct, že to nebyl stealth, pokud to nikdo nepřežije. Boing. 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 Fuck off. Nemyslím. Pruď. We can weld.
Alohomora. Revelio.
Yoink.
I hope Natty's having an easier time of it.
Balok, dobře. Teleskop. Can I yoink?
You're going home in a wooden box! Levioso! How's the view? Levioso!
Fuck off. Ty jsou určitě omráčený. To zvládnou.
Alohomora.
Co čekají, když mi dají depolzou?
Revelio.
Joinkerino.
Revelio.
Double no, yeah, Zero Phoenixes? Where? Zvířátka? Luběnky.
Levioso.
Luběnka.
Revelio.
Česta na joinknutí. Astrid, keep an eye out on my stash, eh? It's yours if I mysteriously disappear. That liar cheated us out of what was ours, so I took what I could and hid it here. 20 damned years and treated no better than fools who've been here for 2 blasted weeks. Manfred. To jsi teda moc neuškudlil, Manfrede.
Highwing. It's all right. There we go.
There you are.
Come on.
Hello, Mora.
Hurry.
Leave her! Leave her! Avada.
There's the
Hello,
Hogwarts
fun.
Express. Must be returning from an unscheduled run. Highwing, go! Let's keep that little maneuver between us, Highwing.
Oh, this is nice.
I wonder if anyone can see us from the castle.
Harry Potter bit.
This is amazing!
Ne, vychází slunce.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Ale tohle vypadá velmi. Velmi, velmi cool.
How exciting.
Oh, it was exhilarating, wasn't it? I wasn't sure we were going to make it out alive.
There was no need to worry. I had it all under control.
Were you able to find the letter?
Summoned it straight out of Hallow's hands. I will say, I did not expect to see him cast the killing curse at us. He won't forget this. Be on your guard.
Of course. What did the letter say?
That Rookwood's looking for a phoenix. Not sure where he will find one. But it also included Hallow's orders to inspect that castle for the poachers. Enough to connect Hallow to the crimes. I shall deliver the letter to Officer Singer. She'll have to do something when she sees it.
Yes, oh můj bože, co se s nima děje?
Where did you meet these hippogriffs?
I've only met Highwing before. Poppy introduced us.
Poppy Sweeting knows a hippogriff. Of course she does. Poppy will be relieved to know that Highwing's safe. I came to the right person for help. My mother will be worried. I must go. Seek me out soon. I shall have much to tell you.
Unlocked new item. Highwing. Ale no tak, já jsem si ho chtěl přebarvit.
Faster, Highwing! Slow down now. There we go.
I have learned of a wizard who is being harassed by Harlow. He may be able to provide the evidence we need to take Harlow down. We should speak with him together. Meet me at his home.
When you have a moment, please stop by the Room of Requirement. Deke tells me he has something to share with you.
I assume you have news regarding the goblin you mentioned. Why don't we meet at the map chamber to discuss that and our next steps?
OK, tak vypadá, že jsou všechny questy. No tak, lofané, dolů. Jak ho schová do té tašky. Caligo. Testrál. Když jsem se zaplatil, tak si testrála.
Ah, there you are. Faster!
Vypadá to, že bude Halloween.
Let's go. What say we pick up the pace a bit?
Tak, cože to mám za ty questy? Jsou nějaký nový. The Plight of the House Elf. Speak something in a room of requirements, jasně. Je pořád tahle ta blbost. Hogsmeade. Spot removal. Map chamber. The Lost Child. Půjdu do Room of Requirements teda. Aua.
Deke would like to talk with you when you have a moment.
Nazdar, Deku.
Hello, Deke. Professor Weasley said you wanted to tell me more about the loom.
Ah, hello. Yes, about that. Deke has had a thought. He... Seems the room thinks you need more space for your beasts.
Yes!
As Deke was saying, he's had a thought. Now, Deke knows how you can test the item of clothing that you enhanced in the enchanted loom. And perhaps help an old friend in the process.
What do you mean?
A house elf named Tobbs works for his master, retrieving leech juice in a cave near Hogwarts. Tobbs' master doesn't let him leave the cave, and Deke knows the cave is infested with spiders.
That sounds awful.
It is. Deke hasn't heard from his friend for a while now. As the item you wove in the loom has an enchantment that might be useful, Deke thought you could test it whilst checking on Tobbs.
If it helps me, I suppose I can...
Well, I suppose if looking for Tobs also allows me to test my enchanted clothing, then I can do it.
Oh, thank you. Please let Deke know what you learn about Deke's old friend.
Prvně chci sem. Ježiši Kriste, to je tak strašně nice.
Revelio.
Počkat, znamená to tím pádem, že tady mám... zase víc species. No nicméně, tady. Avskýny, teda nýzly. Akintestrála, pokud to... Ne, bere se to jako jiný beast. Dobře. Mážu tady hypogryfy. Ale ještě bych tady chtěl studovat. Nechci outdoor, chci beast items a beast eater. A toybox. Ty mají s čím hrát. Ale teda nevím, kde se dají chytat testrálové. Češačku. It isn't ready. Jo, jí. Kolek. To. Nakrmím ručně teda. Thestralhair. To jsem nevěděl, že je ve hře ani. A boj, tady je to pěkný.
Pressed ominous regarding Salazar Slytherin's scriptorium, but my efforts were in vain. Meet me outside the Slytherin common room. We need to talk.
Archway.
Revelio.
OK, Sebastian. Ten zní jakože... Yes, Crucio! Yes. I want...
Revelio.
You're here. Brilliant.
I received your owl. What happened with Ominous?
I told him none of us will be able to avoid dark magic forever. So the more we know about Salazar Slytherin and the dark arts, the better prepared we'll be. Unfortunately, only a Gaunt knows the location of the scriptorium's entrance, and Ominous won't tell me.
Perhaps I should have a chat with Ominous.
You? I suppose it's worth a try. But don't get your hopes up. Ominous is annoyingly stubborn. Nothing new. I know where he is. I'll lead you to him and then leave you to it. Come on. He's this way. Keep an eye out. Never know who's watching. Although that hasn't stopped us before.
Strictly speaking, it has. We were caught.
Damned poltergeist. Such a nuisance. There he is. Good luck.
Tam je potom ta koupelna.
What are you doing here?
Hello, Ominous. Do you have a moment?
What is it? What have you and Sebastian been up to now?
I owe you an apology, Ominous. I wasn't honest with you before about the Undercroft. Sebastian did show it to me. He wanted me to have a safe place to practice some spells, to try and catch up to the other fifth years. He didn't think you'd mind.
I suppose that makes sense. It's just Sebastian's been pestering me lately about something and I'm frustrated with him.
Don't tell me he's still going on about... What was it? Scriptorium?
He told you about that?
He did. We were talking about Hogwarts founders and he mentioned it. Wouldn't say much more, though.
Yes, well, he seems to think it contains the answer to saving Anne. I think it's likely full of dark magic that is better left untouched.
Wait, you've never been inside?
Of course not. I only know about it because of my favourite aunt, Noctua. She thought like I do. Didn't agree with the family on the use of dark magic. In fact, she'd hoped to convince my family that there was more to Salazar Slytherin than worshipping pureblood status. She'd heard of this scriptorium and thought its contents might shed some light on him. She even found the secret entrance in this very corridor. She wrote regularly to my father about her efforts to gain access, and then she simply vanished. No one else ever tried to enter.
I'm sorry about your aunt. Don't you want to find out what happened to her?
Aunt Noctua went down this path with good intentions and lost her life. I don't want the same to happen again.
You don't know that history will repeat itself. Besides, you said your aunt thought like you. This could honor her memory. Get you answers about Slytherin and Sebastian answers for Anne. Your aunt pursued this alone. We could do it together.
I see what you've done here, and I confess, you've convinced me. I didn't think it possible. Very well. I shall tell you what I know. Fetch Sebastian, I'll wait. I hope we don't regret this.
Sebastian, over here. Incendio.
These braziers grant access to the scriptorium.
Now you'll share? Don't tell me what I practically begged.
It wasn't you who told me what I needed to hear. Opening the entrance has something to do with threes.
Well, 3 heads are better than 1.
It's 2 heads are better than 1.
And by that logic, 3 is better than 2. Simple mathematics, Ominous.
Confringo! Incendio!
Dobrý, to bylo časový.
I hope we're ready for this.
Proč pálím stěny? Protože je to fun. Proč nezničit kulturu?
Reparo.
Looks like a locked door. We may want to look around.
I'm across my point, blah blah blah.
Person facing a snake.
That must be the voice I hear.
Revelio.
Neříkej mi, že ta postava je i Parseltang.
The voice is ancient, sinister.
You hear a voice?
It started when you repaired that relief. I hear a whisper saying, "Speak to me." I'm a parcel mouth. I can hear and speak to snakes. Nearly all known parcel mouths are descended from Salazar Slytherin.
I'd like to be able to talk to snakes.
You might not want the ability to speak Parseltongue. It's often associated with dark wizards.
I haven't spoken it in ages, but I'd wager if I speak it now, the door will open. I'm hoping you're having second thoughts.
I see no reason we should stop now.
It's ironic. When I left home, I vowed to leave the dark arts behind, and yet here I am. Stand back. I can't believe I'm doing this.
It worked! Ominous, you possess a rare ability indeed.
Between the two of you, I'm starting to feel left out.
Between the two of us?
Never mind.
Fecker.
There's no clear way forward.
Like a maze. Salazar Slytherin most likely wanted this to be difficult to solve.
The door we came from, it closed. And there's more than one gate ahead.
Revelio.
Then look closely at each gate for clues.
The dial requires focus.
Aunt Noctua said the same. It may take practice to solve it. That didn't sound good.
Salazar Slytherin didn't make this easy.
Ah. Tenhle to byl. Po rytmu stínomanci.
Was about to do that myself. But you got to it first. Nice work.
Fecker.
Incendio.
Jasně, tak zvládnu.
This journal entry, it mentions getting lost and being unwelcome.
Poor Aunt Noctua.
Co to je? Prase a dole je... Prý to udělat to číznu.
Another gate.
Seems Slytherin like to play games.
Must run in the family.
Look in a mirror, Sebastian. That sounded promising.
Another dial solved.
Impressive.
Revelio.
Nice work.
Tady je truhla.
Search each corridor. It may not be obvious which leads where.
Tady bude nějaké překvápko? Mňam? Well, dial and struck my face. Real serpent.
Ominous. Your aunt wanted to change your family's traditions.
She did. And she was my favorite person in the world for it.
Pak budu muset obíhat celý. Tak co se dá dělat?
Revelio.
Ocásek a divnej trojuhelník.
Noctua references painful and arduous challenges, but also rewards.
Painful. That's the part I'm wary of.
All I heard was rewards. Keep going.
Dobrý. Tak tohle bylo hodně těsný, to jsem spíš tipnul.
Excellent work. We're another step closer to the scriptorium. I spotted something ahead.
Revelio.
Looks troubling.
This whole place is troubling, but for my aunt's sake, we cannot stop now.
The gate! I think we're locked in.
Cruciatus.
Again.
Then Salazar Slytherin is not yet finished with us.
I've lost hope. I'm locked in. I heard a scream and saw the tortured faces. The only way forward is with an unforgivable curse. Even if I wanted to cast it, I have no one upon whom to do so. Salazar Slytherin created a malicious challenge indeed. In my last correspondence to my brother, I invited him here. Now, if he looks for me alone, I'll have led him to his death. Despite our differences, I wish him no ill. I wish we had parted on better terms.
Ominous. A skeleton. And Noctua's last journal entry. She mentions being trapped here, blocked by an unforgivable curse.
This is where she died. This is where we'll die. I shouldn't have listened to either of you.
Ominous, I'm truly sorry about your aunt. But I know what to do. It's going to be difficult.
Vážně? Tell us, fucking Sherlock, what should we do?
You said you know what to do.
Tortured faces on the door, and Cruciatus etched into the stone. My guess is if we cast the Cruciatus curse, the door will open. That's why Noctua died. She had no one to cast the curse on. Ominous has the most experience with this. He should cast it. You seem to be in Ominous's favor. Will you ask him about this?
He does seem a bit cross with you. I'll speak with him.
Good. Work your magic, so to speak. Wish we had some liquid luck.
All of this could have been avoided.
Ominous, I hadn't imagined we'd end up trapped like this.
Salazar Slytherin did. He's to blame for many unimaginable things. I overheard you and Sebastian, and I won't do it. The Cruciatus curse is pure torture, I would know.
Sebastian told me little of what happened when you were young. Sounds as if you had no choice.
Should have known he would have told you. And one always has a choice. I'm as guilty as the worst of my family. Unforgivable curses won't work unless you really mean them. I had to want to cause pain, and for that I shall never forgive myself. That spells the reason I have no family left. You and Sebastian will need to sort out another solution. If you cast Crucio, you will regret it forever.
Přesně, jako I will have no regrets.
What do we do now? Ominous is not going to cast the Cruciatus curse again.
Ridiculous. As if dying in here is a better option than casting a damned spell. It's up to us. I can teach you Crucio, or I can cast it on you.
Wait, you didn't say you knew how to cast Crucio?
Because I'm not sure I do. Ominous knows that, yet he's left us no choice. I don't yearn to follow in Noctua Gaunt's footsteps. I think I can cast it if I have to.
Teach me the Cruciatus curse and I'll cast it on you.
I want to learn the curse, and I think it's best if I cast it on you.
Very well, if that's what you want. To perform the spell, raise your wand, point it at me, and firmly declare Crucio. Hold on as long as you can.
Ono se i blbě načítá prostě, to z nějakého důvodu je teďka prostě domrdanej celý grafický kabátek té hry. Crucio.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Je docela v pohodě na to, že právě prošel pure torture.
Are you all right? That pain.
Anything to make it stop.
Ale no tak.
Let's keep moving. We made it. We found Salazar Slytherin's scriptorium.
Revelio.
I can't believe we're here.
Salazar Slytherin's scriptorium, a secret and well-protected room beneath Hogwarts, when Salazar Slytherin appears to have spent time making various long-term plans with respect to the student population and reflecting on disagreements he had with other founders. Yoinkables.
Sebastian, ominous. There's a book just here.
You found something.
You two go ahead. Let me know what's in it. I'll wander around a bit.
May I have a look?
No.
Revelio.
Ještě se to tady nevykrat. I fear we shall never come to an accord. I cannot persuade even one of them to listen to reason. I had dared hope that Godric's thoughts were aligned with my own, that he understood why the caliber of students needed to be exceptional, but he has fallen prey to the ridiculous notion that Muggleborns are somehow as capable as purebloods. He was furious when I expressed my displeasure at his thoughts of the matter, thoughts he had not yet put voice to. I tire of the discord and can no longer bear witness to the corridors full of inept children masquerading as witches and wizards. It is with heavy heart that I now know I must go from here. I shall place the creature into a deep sleep in its chambers until it can be awakened by one who shares my views, descendant willing to reverse the damage that the others have so carelessly wrought. One who shall rid the school of those unworthy of Hogwarts that would serve only to stain my legacy. Bazilišek.
Revelio.
Tamhle další Joink byl čistá. Joink.
What do you think?
Looks like a spell book of some kind. This is incredible. A Hogwarts founder's possession. What an honor. Still can't believe Ominous never told me about his aunt and what she found.
What will you do with Slytherin's spellbook?
What I do with every book. Read it. Having professors as parents ingrained that habit early on. But I can do that later. For now, I say we explore this room. It's breathtaking.
I've been getting an uneasy
Revelio.
Let's find a way out, please.
I don't want to leave, but I owe you. Both of you. Without both of you, we'd never have made it this far.
We were lucky. We could have died. We must swear never to do this again.
Or worse, get expelled.
I see a way out.
Best news I've heard all day.
Ominous. About your aunt.
Please, Sebastian. I meant what I said before. We swear, right now, never to engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
Understood. I'm truly sorry about your aunt, Ominous.
No promises.
I suppose after all this, I am grateful to know what happened to her.
Places!
Oh. Trapný. Scriptorium. Já se dostanu na... Nebo můžu něco dělat s těma hajzlama? Oblíbenýma. Touto koupelnou, která zcela očividně je v druhém poschodí. Well, this was fun. I want more. Tak teď nějaký quest, kde můžu někoho zrasit. Bych mohl používat Cruciatus. Yeah. Halo, hro? Tak Hogwarts Legacy crashlo. Tak to zkusíme nahodit znova. Doufám, že nějaká podobná výzva bude potom i na Avadu. Yes, plus cast Avada on me. Ne, to varování proti epilepsii tam bylo celou dobu. No. A než se načtou shadery, to taky trvá. Dělo jsem něco na internetu. Zase, že nic. Ježiš, jak dlouho se ještě hádali v těch občanoprofesorech. Hele, už to naběhlo. Krása. Abigail level 29. Yes, konečně mám Cruciatus, nebo aspoň tak, konečně mám nějakou unforgivable curse. Now who can I fuck with it? Kdo ví, možná to třeba ten crash spraví i ty lighting efekty nějak záhadně.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Pardon me? Might I ask?
Hello, is there something I can help you with?
How do you do? I'm Saccharissa Tugwood, and I have an exciting business proposition for you. Now, it may surprise you to learn that someone of my obvious esteemed lineage would be in business. But I only want to help the less fortunate.
How condescending.
How magnanimous.
Oh, there's more. You see, I've been experimenting with a new beauty cream. A cream that will rid our glorious school of the hideous, greasy pustules plaguing our poor pubescent classmates. But I've run out of the key ingredient, booba-tuber pus. Booba-tubers do grow in the Forbidden Forest, however. If only I could pay someone to collect a few for me.
What are
What
booba-tubers?
precisely are booba-tubers?
Disgusting things, really, covered in protrusions.
One needs to squeeze them to collect the pus. They smell simply awful and seem to move on their own. Ugh, I wouldn't go near the things if it weren't for my devotion to my classmates.
How on earth did you discover that booba-tuber pus clears one's skin?
One cannot rely on spells for all appearance enhancements. The errant cast, for example, could relocate one's eyebrows entirely rather than merely thinning them. My darling and now perpetually surprised-looking neighbour discovered that on her own. Poor thing. I am convinced that beauty potions are the future. I'm forever looking for ways to make this world a more beautiful place. I suspected that if pure booba-tuber pus could cause boils, an altered form would likely reverse such abominations. And I was correct.
I can try and find some for you if I have the time.
Marvellous. I'd go myself, but I don't want to. I only need a few booba-tubers, but they grow wild, so you'll have to look around. Our spotty classmates are counting on you, so you mustn't tarry.
Into the forbidden forest for booba-tubers. I hope it's worth the risk. Ah, there you are.
Škoda, že se z těch zvířat nedá střílet. Nějaký vedlejšák? Nový vedlejšák. The Plight of the... Jo, to je ten Plight of the House Elf, to není nový quest.
Time to go a little quicker. This is where Saccharissa said to go. Now, where are those booba-tubers? No need to race now, my friend. Revelio.
Proč tím sem? Jo, počkejte k trolovi.
Just my
Nazdar. Já se vlastně podívat, jestli nemám v talentech. Dark Arts, něco na Cruciatus. Mám. Ne, tak au, špatný čudlík. Tak to krst jenom znamená, že jim dáváš větší damage. Crucio jako takový jim dává průběžně damage. O můj bože, ty Dark Arts. Taková fun.
Revelio. Oh, that smells awful. Only 4 more, thank goodness. Time for a jaunt, I'd say.
To jsem nechtěl, kde to kurva jsem? Oni si hrajou s trolem.
Revelio.
Na tohleto krátký Ty jsi už někoho viděl umřít? No samozřejmě, to je hnedka na začátku příběhu. Tak vlastně zjistíš, že ta postava umřela, protože jedeš letíš v kočáře taženým testrálama a najednou začneš vidět testrály.
That should do it. I'd better get back to Sakurisa now.
Protože tam mě někdo viděl. Vidět nemě. Ale no tak.
Revelio.
Ani nikdo nejde, proč se nemůžu portit? No, už konečně. Parkour.
Sakurisa, I found the booba tubers you needed.
Splendid. I hope it wasn't too much trouble. May I have them?
It actually was a spot of trouble. You never mentioned I might encounter a troll. I think you should pay me more.
I suppose a higher price is less offensive than being forced to regard the hideous, greasy pustules plaguing our pubescent classmates. Thank you, and your payment, of course. Now I can begin perfecting my potion to save our poor pimply peers. Don't know who should be more grateful, I or our unsightly spotty classmates. One day the wizarding world will know my name, and you will have been a small part of it.
OK, actually jsem proto, aby jsme tuhle postavu kanonizovali. A nemůžu ji skruciovat, škoda. Ale to vzhledem k tomu, kolik je hodin, tak dneska ende. Říkám, že... Ale ne. Říkám, že toto... Jakou novou challenge nemám? Nemám challenge. Dobrá. Tak jo. Tak klasika, za 24 hodin to bude na YouTube. A koprou noc.